Hello guys, how are you doing? So I promised you guys on my telegram that I'm gonna, drop some educational videos. I'm gonna be dropping some educational videos because it has quite actually been a long time I did so. So yeah, let's get the video started. So today I'm gonna be teaching you how to find your directional bias, right? So this is part 1. So part 2 is gonna be going through the chart. So part 1, I'm gonna do, the explanation how it works. Okay. So this is a key level here. Let's say this key level is on a 3 months time frame. Okay. Then this is another key level here on a 3 months time frame. Now I want you to know something. Price moves like this. Taps in, breaks, the structure changes, and you start getting something like this. Depending, sometimes you could actually, buy from this zone. You might be getting something like this, and guess what? The market comes, breaks this zone again, change structure, and coming back to this other zone. So what am I trying to say? For you to succeed in this, the reason why I always call my strategy bias theory is not because of the entry models are different, but whether you trade SLP and SMC, SRT, anything you're trading, which is entry models, if you don't know your bias theory, if you don't know the bias of the market, trust me, you're going to hit SL. You're likely to hit SL. Or you'll be getting that move that end up giving you 1:2 or 1:1.5 and hits SL. So if you're a trader that doesn't make it a break even, you will end up blowing up your account. So, and I also want you to know that market moves from key level to key level. Okay. Let's just say we have this key level here, and this happens to be a QM. Okay. And the market is like this. So which is to say, this is a QM. Okay. And this is a key level. That's a support. Sorry, resistance right there. So what are we expecting? We're expecting price to tap us in a 3 months time frame key level at this particular point. It might be here. There might be a key level, very, very hidden here. That price is going to do what? Price is going to come in to tap in. Or let me do something like this. Okay. So there might be a key level, price is going to do what? Do something like this, sweep liquidity, tap in, and the story will change. Now, let me tell you something. There's a probability of this market doing something like this, coming back, tapping you here, and end up retracing at this key level at the 3 months. And guess what? I'm taking you out. That is you trading against the trend. Okay? So what do you need? You need to know your directional bias. So knowing fully well that the closest key level to price is this key level, right? This should be your take profit. This should be your target on a higher time frame, on a 3 months higher time frame. Okay? So what do? You go to a lower time frame. Remember, this is a 3 months time frame too. Okay? You go to a lower time frame. So when you go to a lower time frame, what are you looking for? Might be basically be 1 month, or it might be weekly. You're looking for a break. Okay? You're looking for something like this, tapping into this zone, giving you a break. When you get that break, you wait for price to do what? You wait for price to come back to this zone. Let me come again. When you get to the lower time frame, you're looking for what? You're looking for a break. Okay, you're looking for something like this. Price will definitely do something like this, then break to the downside, tap in into the key level. You're looking for what? A break. Now you have seen that price might not likely going to get to this key level because this is on the 3 months time frame, and now you're on a weekly time frame. So what are you going to be expecting? You're going to be looking at for a key level at this particular place. There would definitely be a small key level here, might be inner here, that will do what? That will retrace price. So that becomes the what? That becomes the weekly. Okay, so that becomes what? The weekly. So remember, our initial target is what? Our initial target is this key level on the higher time frame. Then after price rejected from this 3 months, so going to the lower time frame on the weekly, now we're expecting price on the weekly to do what? Push back to this zone before we buy to this zone on the 3 months. So what are we going to do? Are we going to keep waiting? No, we're going to look for a key level on the weekly where price is currently reacting from. So let's use this as an example. All right. Okay. So going there, what are we going to be looking for on a daily? This is a weekly key level. What are we going to be looking for a daily? Now, our TP is what? It's going to be here on a weekly. So what are we going to do? We wait patiently for price to do what? Do something like this. Tap into the daily key level and break structure again. You see? Now, when we are breaking structure again, that means we're expecting price to do what? Go back to this zone before it starts falling. So that is why on a daily time frame, what are we looking at for? We're looking at for a key level here at this zone. That would definitely be a key level at this zone on a daily. Okay. This particular bias theory and teaching now is for my students. So I just decided to let this particular explanation free for you guys on TikTok because a lot of you have been complaining and all that. So after this, if you want to learn more, just click on the link in my bio, join my Telegram, hit me up for mentorship. Then you get to learn another things because you don't expect me to put everything in this video, but I'm going to try my best to do the best I can. So guess what? There's definitely going to be a daily resistance, RBS or whatsoever here that's going to do what? Push price to this zone because right now we need to get to this zone before we do what? Before we sell. So what do? We go to 4-hour time frame to look for something like this. Something will tap and give us a break again. So where becomes our take profit? Our take profit becomes here. And our second profit becomes at this QM. Then after we got a break here on a 4-hour time frame, so what are we expecting? If you still want to keep going to the lower time frame, if you want to still keep going to the lower time frame, you can, but I normally stop at 4-hour time frame. Okay, let's go. So this is a 4-hour. This is a 4-hour time frame now. Okay, this is a 4-hour time frame break. So what do? You look up here before the TP because price needs to push back to this zone before going to this TP. So you're definitely going to see a little 4-hour reject 4-hour here that can push back price to the downside. Okay. So what are we going to be expecting? Our TP is not going to be where? Our TP is not going to be here. So we'll go to the 1-hour time frame. And we'll go to the 1-hour time frame. We wait to see what? The same thing. Get a break to the downside and probably use the nearest key level and target this key level. So that is it. So this is all about top-down analysis. That when you get to 4-hour time frame, you could actually use CRT, you could use SLP, you could use MSNR, you could use it. There's a lot of strategy out there. All of them are working. But let me tell you guys something. if you don't know how to find your bias theory of your whole chart, be it you trading synthetics, be it you trading forex trading, the forex chart, be it you trading anything, whether BTC, crypto, or if you don't find the bias theory, whether you're doing APA, whether you're doing SLP, whether you're doing CRT, whether you're doing advanced MSNR, any type of strategy you're doing, you're definitely going to hit SL. I'm telling you the truth. So I need my strategy bias theory not because of it's different, but it's the only strategy that can help you to find your bias. The first thing you need to know about everything in Forex is what? Finding your bias. By the time you find your bias, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do in the chart. You can go ahead. So guys, I'm going to stop this here. Maybe I might drop part 2 later on the chart and show you what I mean. But this is the explanation of my strategy, bias theory. Now remember, I have like before I used to have like 3 entry models, but right now I have up to 6 entry models, which is not going to be taught here. That is strictly for mentorship. And for the bias, if you're really, really smart enough and go through my videos, you will definitely get to learn something. So remember, this class right now is basically for advanced, because the beginners, I don't think you will understand what I mean by top-down analysis, finding your bias theory. So for more inquiries, hit my DM or text me on Telegram. So guys, do have a nice and wonderful day. See you soon.